here's how I feel about Pro Tips, right? I mean, it's a company that's allowing kids, it's connecting kids to that professional athlete. When I was a kid, the thing that made the biggest difference in my career was I was able to tape myself on a video camera when I was competing, and I would come home and I would get tapes of professional athletes. My mom and dad would help me, and we'd go and buy, we had a couple of tapes of, you know, sprint mechanics and running form. And I would put that tape in and I'd watch what this professional athlete, let's say Carl Lewis, what Carl Lewis did in this video. And then I'd pop that out and I'd put my tape in of me running, and I'd watch it and I'd find the differences between what I did and what the professional did. And I'd say, okay, and I'd do that over and over and over and over and over again. I did it all the time. You can ask my parents, all the time. And then I'd go out to the track that day and I'd remember what I saw them doing, and I would try and do that. And I would try and not do what I saw myself doing on the videos. And I would do that, and I'd talk to my coach about it, and then I'd go and try it, and I'd talk to my coach about it some more, and then I'd go and try it. And that's how I got to where I am today. I became what I call a student of the sport. I had to learn the sport. I had to learn, you know, why you have to keep your foot dorsiflexed when you're running, you know, what the strike, you know, the foot strike or the foot contact is supposed to look like, and what it's supposed to sound like, and where your knees are supposed to be, and what your shoulders are supposed to look like, and where your head's supposed to be. And, you know, I had to learn all of those things, and the way I did it was by watching video. If I had had a company like ProTips, a website like ProTips that I could have gone to and gotten that video for, you know, whatever the cost is, but had gotten that video right there, you guys would probably be millionaires right now, because I would have bought every video on there about track and field, and I would have watched it over and over and over again. And so I think what you guys are doing is great. I think you're making these techniques and these things, like I said, you're connecting these professional athletes to the kids, and that doesn't happen very often. You know, it was rare. I almost never got to get a professional session, you know, training session from a professional athlete when I was growing up. I mean, you just didn't see them. You know, it cost them, you know, $20,000 to get them to come out to do a camp, you know, and in Hawaii, nobody did that kind of stuff. And so I think this is great. I wish it was around when I was a kid. I would have definitely been a user of it. I know my brother would have been a user of it. I can think of numerous friends that are in basketball and football and all that kind of stuff that would have used it growing up. If you want to be good, you need to become a student of the sport, and the way you do that is by watching video and learning as much as you can.